York is a small town located in the southern part of Maine, and it's known for its beautiful beaches, quaint downtown area, and the iconic Nubble Lighthouse. But is it the right place for you? In this video, we'll explore the benefits and drawbacks of living in York so that you can decide if it's the right fit for you, and stay tuned because we're going to discuss some things that you may not be aware of when it comes to living in York, Maine. First off, let me introduce myself. I'm Cam Avery. I'm a local Seacoast resident and real estate agent with the Avery Realty Group and Keller Williams Coastal Realty. This channel is all about relocating to southern Maine and Seacoast, New Hampshire, and so if that's something you're interested in, definitely consider subscribing. Watch our whole series on living on the Seacoast. But let's start off by talking about the pros of living in York. One of the biggest advantages of living here is the natural beauty of the area. I mean, look at this. York is surrounded by stunning beaches, forests, and mountains. There's plenty to do in York, including going to Long Sands Beach or Short Sands, visiting the zoo at York's Wild Kingdom, or hiking up Mount Agamenticus. We love to take the family up to the playground at Short Sands and then spend time at the beach during the summer. York is really a great place to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city life and enjoy this amazing small town in Maine. Another pro is the proximity to major cities. York is conveniently located between Boston and Portland, so you really have the best of both worlds. You got the small town coastal Maine atmosphere and also incredible access to major cities with all that they have to offer. York is also only 20 minutes to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which is constantly rated as one of the best small cities in the country. And you are only about an hour and a half from New Hampshire's White Mountains, so in terms of location, we feel that York is a truly unique and special spot in southern Maine. Finally, there are plenty of employment opportunities in York. If you're in the medical industry, York Hospital is a fantastic place to work with many other hospitals nearby. York is also only minutes to the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, which employs thousands of residents, and there was also demand for construction, landscaping work, and food service, and so if you're in that industry, you're definitely going to be able to find a job here. Lastly, if you're looking to work remotely from home, we can't think of a much better place to do it than the beach. Now let's talk about the cons. Hey, if you are enjoying this, could you do me a huge favor and just hit the like button? It really helps me to reach more people just like yourself. And if you want more information about southern Maine, like school districts, crime rate, we created a complete southern Maine and Seacoast, New Hampshire relocation guide. You can download it for free just by clicking the link right in the description below. One of the biggest drawbacks of living in York is the seasonality. While there are plenty of things to do during the summer tourism month, in the off-season, many restaurants, businesses close down and the busy tourist destinations become much less populated. If you're looking for things to do during the off-season, you may need to travel outside of York to find it, as there really isn't a whole lot going on during the off-season months. Another con is the weather. York can get very cold, and a lot of snow in the winter can cause storms and flooding along the beaches. And so if you're not used to winter weather and if you don't like the snow, then we definitely wouldn't suggest living in York year-round, but rather purchasing a vacation home in York and then having somewhere else so you can spend your winters. Finally, the cost of living in York is high. The cost of living index in York is 127.3, which means that living in York is 27.3% more expensive than the rest of the country. Median home value in York is $650,000, which is up 22.8% year over year. And other expenses like groceries and utilities all contribute to the high cost of living in York. However, the property taxes in York are lower than the surrounding towns, making York an appealing option provided you can afford the cost of entry. As you can tell, York definitely has its pros and cons, but before moving here, most importantly, you want to make sure that you can realistically afford the cost of living in York. So make sure to click here and watch this entire video we made on the cost of living in York.